Your dog doesn't care that you're exhausted, and somehow that's the most loving thing about them. Welcome to The Dog Who Asked for More, the podcast for dog parents navigating the messy, complicated parts of life with a dog. Here you'll gain confidence in your decisions, deepen your connection with your dog, and finally feel seen in something you've never been able to say out loud. I'm Em, a dog mom, former vet tech, dog trainer, and canine nutritionist who is laid on the floor with a migraine while an 8-year-old border collie mix stared at me like I personally owed him something, and who works with dog parents trying to figure out how to show up when they have nothing left in the tank. There are days when everything takes more than you have. The migraine that won't quit, the kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. The days where being a person is already costing everything and your dog is still there, still asking, still doing the thing where they bring you the ball and look at you like this is obviously what happens next. And you love them, but you also cannot do the thing right now. And then the guilt shows up because they need more. They always need more. And on the days you have the least to give, that doesn't get smaller. It just sits there, waiting. And you start doing the math. Did they get enough today? Was that enough? Is this enough? On a day when you could barely get yourself through it. The thing about a dog who needs more is that the need doesn't take days off. Fitz didn't know when I was in pain. He didn't know when I was struggling mentally or emotionally. He just knew that he had energy and I was there, and those two things should logically result in something happening. And on the days I felt good, that was manageable. On the days I didn't, it was a completely different equation. Because exhaustion makes everything harder to read. The dog who is asking on a bad day feels like more than the dog who is asking on a good day. The same need, the same dog, the same request, and somehow on a hard day, it lands completely differently. I hear this constantly from people with high needs dogs. Not just the physical exhaustion of managing a dog who needs more, the guilt that comes with having a hard day and still having a dog who needs you to show up. The feeling that you should be doing more even when doing anything at all took everything you had. You are not the only one doing this math at the end of the day that already cost you too much. There were days with Fitz where I had a migraine, or I was in pain, or I was just wrung out in the way that happens when you've been a person for too long without enough recovery time. And he would still be going. He would still want to play, still bring me things, and we would do something and it still wouldn't feel like enough. And I would lie there and he would stare at me, and I knew he wasn't doing it to be difficult. He just lives in the moment. He just wanted me there. He just wanted us to do something together. That was the whole ask. And even knowing that your dog isn't judging you, isn't keeping score, isn't aware that today is harder than yesterday, you're still in it. Still feeling like you're falling short. Still watching them pace and wondering if you should push through anyway. Still caught between what your body needs and what your dog needs and not having a good answer for either. You can know your dog just wants you to be present and still feel like present isn't enough on the days when present is all you've got. There was a point where I stopped trying to give Fitz the good day version of enrichment on the hard days and started figuring out what actually worked for us. Your dog doesn't know that you're having a hard day. They just know that they need you. And somehow that's the whole point. And that doesn't make the day easier. You can know your dog just wants you there and still be lying on the couch wondering if you're failing them. You can find the low effort thing that actually works and still feel like it wasn't enough. But here's what I started noticing. The days I did something small, even something that took 5 minutes, even something that required almost nothing from me, were different from the days I did nothing at all. Not because 5 minutes is the same as an hour, but because something is different from nothing. And my dog knew the difference. He didn't need the best version of me. He just needed me. This is what it looks like on hard days. A sniff walk around the block instead of the long route. Scatter feeding in the backyard instead of a training session. Pulling a card from the Your Dog is Bored deck by Sniffworthy, which is something we actually use and love because it gives you a mix and match option that meets you where you are. Some cards take 5 minutes and some take less. All of them count. On the days I have nothing, I pick up the easiest one and we do that. And it's enough. The link for their deck is in the episode description if you want your own. And we have a YouTube collection of easy enrichment ideas there too, if you want to see what low effort actually looks like in practice. Here's the question I want to leave you with. What if showing up small on a hard day is still showing up? You got through the day. Your dog got through the day. Whatever you managed to give them today, even if it was less than you wanted, even if it was the minimum, you still showed up. That's not nothing. On hard days, that's actually everything. So be kind, spread joy, and remember, your dog doesn't need the best version of you. They just need you.